Today we're in Key West, Florida. Welcome to episode 30 of the vlog from Key West, Florida. This was September of 2020, right in the height of the pandemic. We are in the middle of our food tour, which is kind of a part food tasting and part history lesson of some of the key areas of Key West.
Everything that was built that was in the 1800s will all built with cisterns. So all of these buildings have cisterns underneath to catch the water for drinking and everything like that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And they still exist today. Some use them as storage, but lately, not here. But in the UK, people have started taking cisterns and start reusing them again.
Where were we when they said that's what they were collecting water?
That was in Virgin Islands, I think.
Yeah, some people have started reusing cisterns again instead of using like public water.
Yeah.
Our water, if you guys didn't know this already, our water comes from the mainland. We've got an aqueduct that sends all the water from the upper Keys all the way down to Key West.
I saw that on the way.
If a transformer blows out anywhere in the Keys, we lose power. It's
So explain the cistern from
the aqueduct?
Yeah.
Oh, cistern.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in the 1800s, all buildings were built with cisterns because they didn't have, I think Key West got public running water in 1940. But prior to 1940, all the buildings would cascade the rainwater off of that into the cistern, and you would collect it, boil it, and then that was your drinking water, cooking water, bathing water, whatever you use it for. And majority of buildings in the areas that I'm walking you through, these buildings have cisterns right underneath the bottom of the porches. And they come to a V, collect all the water, you take a bucket, collect it.
Okay. My director's up in Pennsylvania and started on a bunch of land and started setting up that system.
Yeah, I mean, it saves a lot of money. It's an arduous task, but it saves a lot of money and you don't have to pay the city for it. But that, and I never tell people whether it's that big old round.
I was wondering about that every time I passed it.
That was our water tower.
That's what I
So
thought.
that was the backup tower. So whatever you couldn't collect, because it doesn't rain in Key West very often. When it does, you had your water in your cistern. But if you ran out, they had a backup water tower, and that's what that was. It's still standing today because nothing in the historic district, nothing. So we really are excited for them to do something, maybe put a mural on it or something like that. We don't know what they're gonna do with it, but they can't tear it down. I'm gonna take it to a place, an old building as well, that they did put a mural on and made it look so beautiful. But I wanna stop you guys here for two reasons. Two buildings I wanna share with you. This building right here, Mel Fisher Maritime Museum, and our Customs House, that big red building that you can't miss. Have you guys ever heard of Mel Fisher? I'm gonna give you guys a quick, because I wanna ruin it if you guys go get yourself an exhibit tour. Mel Fisher is the most prolific treasure hunter that we know of today that found a treasure called the Etosha. The Etosha was a treasure that was found in 1622. 1622, Spain took its army, which was at that time the most powerful army in the world. They went down to Cuba and robbed Cuba of $1 billion of their gold, silver artifacts. And they took 6 vessels. Each vessel had about 40,000 pounds of this stolen treasure. As they were making their way back to Spain, they got caught about 50 miles off the coast of Key West in a hurricane. This hurricane destroyed every vessel. And when it did, it sunk the treasure to the bottom of the ocean and they couldn't find it. They looked for days, couldn't find it, so they gave up. Mel Fisher was a historian, and he was doing his research. He decided he was going to be the individual to find this lost treasure. And after 10 years of research, he took a small group, and in 1985, he found half of this lost treasure that amounted to $500 million.
What are those coordinates again? No.
I wish I could tell you, but I bet you they've been looking. I bet you. But